What up? Hour 15? 15, we're moving into how to adjust some of these exercises if you are on a ballet style wall bar. And then we're going to do some like alignment corrections for very, very common mistakes that are made in certain exercises. And try to cover all of that in this hour. And then have the last hour for fun and playtime and learning some new things and revisiting some of the other new things that I know her body can't wait to do again. Gotta give them time to play, man. Any questions, thoughts before we jump in?
Are we doing drip downs?
You will see.
I don't know whether my leg warmers on or not.
Yeah, leave them.
Boom.
Boom.
Let's do it.
Only question.
Oh, my ass cakes.
Okay.
Should I get on the same side as the bar?
So, actually, yeah, you're going to have to come on this side. And we're going to sit. Alright. Okay, so this is a very awkward position. So this is going to be for plank here again, because you have a mirror right behind you. So the same thing, ease into that. See, my back's not resting on the bar. Come further, your ball further out. Come further out. You can get off and say for that. So I gotta get my step over.
Yeah, you don't have the same leverage for your glute problem there.
That's very together. It's very awkward, but watch. Reason why you start with them close together, when you go down, they're where they're supposed to be. So you have to start.
My arms do not hold off with it.
So close, alright, we'll try it like this. Okay, so just ease into it.
And this could be an exercise we have to eliminate from the wall bar. It's too hard for too many people, and it's not safe. You don't, cut it, you don't force it. Because an athletic person can handle this fine, but a person like Kim hurt herself very easily with this kind of movement. And there she would have gone into the mirror.
Yeah, well, that's
You did that on purpose? Gotcha.
So that would be plank. Plank twist.
Which once again, I would not do level 1 with a group class.
Right.
Because
Yeah,
she's an artist. She got me like here under this. My twist is fine, and out there she was struggling.
Yeah.
So
My
that's
shoulders just with that. And
Right.
I had surgery on this one, so it's called easier.
Another thing is, she probably did out, it's not taking the shoulder.
So that's the these kind of movements. If you're working, it's like don't teach these kind of movements until you found a way that you're comfortable with them. If you're not comfortable with something, don't teach it. She's comfortable, so she's comfortable teaching it. But I've been working with people way longer, and I know people's limitations in movement. What's safe for people and what's not. And that movement is not safe for someone that is not experienced on the ball and experienced in movement.
Yeah, I wouldn't try it.
Even though we just taught us.
Yes, that's what I'm saying it based on. Is watching Kim. I was watching Kim and saying she should be doing that. And I was there to like, you know what I'm saying? But if she's teaching and there's some Kim type woman trying to do what you're doing with your arms like this and then go down, her head's coming out of the thing.
So I think it's
Let her try it.
With my arms.
So just go down so our arms have room.
All this come forward.
come down your arm, slide in.
Sliding in, that's really weird for me.
I don't think I can get
Yeah. And see, that's not a strong position for her to be in. Her wrists are really weak there. There's a lot of potential for her to
this
fall in the
I
head.
feel safer because then your arms are really out.
Let's see, she
But
can
if
get her
that-
hands
yeah,
and you're
okay,
close
this
to
is-
it.
The thing is, this shoulder isn't that surgery, so
Right.
it gets stuck, it can't go back.
Right. And you never know what kind of limitations people that are coming to class are gonna have, and they don't come into class. Some will go, hey, I've got a knee injury at the very beginning, but most don't. You should ask at the beginning of class, but I very rarely think about it. Good yoga instructors will always ask, like you mentioned, if you've got stuff, like use an adjustment or whatever.
Is that too far up? Is it?
No.
Sure.
I mean, can you start closer? Yeah, I started a lot closer.
But you didn't want that touching the bar.
I mean, my hands are like right here.
Yeah.
And that's very awkward. It's throwing your chest out and like, but then when you come down, it's right where they need to be. So you get close to it. So if you're starting further out, I mean, even if you're all the way out here, you just have to slide in as you go down. And that's kind of, to be able to slide is a bit of a drip down was how.
Did you put your
So drip down is the same idea. With your arms like this. So you're eliminating the forward fold. Your ball, yeah, I have it on my ball.
Yeah. See what arms to go to.
No, you just come back up to your ball this one. Let go, come back up, yeah. Like it, get up. Right there.
So your shoulders are touching.
Yeah, this time, yeah, get it. Oh, they're not.
Is that too far back?
A little bit.
Not too far back?
Good work.
She's got in a lot of trouble getting up from there. Oh, go girl.
No, it's up that.
Oh, that feels good.
Just the sound of that is making me hungry. I haven't had lunch.
Sorry,
She has to
I
understand.
have food,
I'll
but
save you
I
some-
haven't had a minute to eat it.
I'll save you some. I did think about you when I grabbed it. Like, salty and crunchy.
Salty crunchy, that's our favorite. Okay, so there's drip down, plank
Forward
twist.
fold.
No, forward fold you would do regular.
Yeah, facing the bar.
Same. Same thing, side kicks are the same. Plank, how you were doing, foot switch on the bar. You do a side kick. Like
Yeah, let her feel that.
that's how you do it instead of split switch. Right towards the bar.
Oh. She's got to aim for her feet.
No, I just meant go that way.
Oh, if she twists the
Yeah, because you're not actually coming under her. It doesn't
feet are going to run into that
Here,
vertical.
yes.
The mirror,
Really?
The mirror is like here.
Is that close? Yeah.
and she should be able to come to here, but you had her close enough that her feet would run into this.
No.
Am I getting?
No.
Look like all of you over there.
You start with your fall further out. Once you're in front of one, it makes more sense. You just kind of adjust and see what you can do. But you start with your ball further out. Your arms are, yeah, my arms are straight. And then go down. Good. Yeah. Good. Okay.
And everyone tries to keep their legs up in the air there, like V style. The lower you get your legs on plank, the stronger it's making it pull.
So you should do a plank instead of because I was doing the big of the split. So do it down. Actually, that's not true. When I was doing it in the studio, I thought that.
Yeah. The further down those legs are, the better you're working the core.
So if it's lower and more of a plank position, it gets worked more. So you would probably have people start up here, and as they get stronger, break down.
Go back into, when you go back into back up.
You go back.
Back into, yeah. This is the same.
And then you can either choose to come back up each time, or you can just run it like that.
Yeah, it's more advanced.
Yeah, that's like.
That movement is better for a sculpt and burn class.
Yeah.
Because it's simpler.
Okay. Okay.
And always remember, like Pilates classes, shit's as simple as, like, that's an exercise.
Hold your legs in the air and wave your arms. Flap like a barber. Okay. What did I say? Plank. Plank twist. Drip down. Half pike.
Obviously, when you do drip down, that's where you do front leg raises from.
Yeah. When we were just doing your down pike, you do your front leg raises. Like those are the other ones. Everything else is done regularly. Just sometimes we'll have to adjust your volume. You'll have to be out here for some of them, like for leg wraps. You'll have to be further out because you got a mirror right there. So, hold the mirror right here. So your shoulder.
Yep. I said, yep.
That would be,
Yeah. Getting them made is not the hard part. Having the space.
how do you know how high this is?
The vertical bar is 3 feet.
3 feet. And that's
And
about 6 inches.
you've got about 5 to 6 inches.
That's about 5, and then that's about 1, right? So 6 inches. But
Yeah,
it's 3 feet to here.
This piece is either 4 or 5 inches.
Yeah, I think those are the only adjustments.
That it?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. So,
Corrections?
in terms of corrections, it's going to be up to you to show me improper executions. Because otherwise, I don't really know.
I mean, to me, the obvious, let me see if I can. That isn't obvious.
So, watch it from this side. You got to see from here. Do 3 or 4 going down too far that way.
Okay.
Just watch her so you can see what the energy of that looks like. People also don't usually get their foot that high when they go down that far. They can't go down. Okay, so we describe that motion like this. That's doing this. And I tell people, I want you to do this.
Like, this is your spine. This is what you're doing.
Yeah, he's told me that sometimes.
And we want it a hinge.
There, boom, we want to do this. Not this, not this,
Not that.
not that. this. That's the center.
Well, that's the same.
Right. This, you're making that the center.
Yeah.
But if she did that, her body would like flop over. Okay? So it's not that. It's from right here.
Like this.
Like that's the fulcrum.
This.
Okay? So now show her what it looks like correct. Boom. So we're pivoting. That core is a fulcrum and the whole body is pivoting around that core. Now, not too many people do it the other side. Sure. So that's the other side. And that's the side of the ball you started to go to when you would do your twist under. It would start to fall down there. So the first way, the most effective way, we correct that. We're doing that motion is the incorrect motion. And the way we teach that is this. And this is not the same thing as that, because the fulcrum's down here on that. Fulcrum's right in the middle, and we want the body to rotate around that middle point. Do the move, Char. Boom. Back up. Boom. Back up. You're hanging down too far still, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do it correctly. Boom. Okay, so the first way we corrected is that. The second way we found is the shoulder going straight down. Makes it a lot easier for people to visualize where they're supposed to be down. Shoulder goes straight down to there, and then comes right back up. If you're going out there, the shoulder goes woo. Right? What's that move called? What's that move called?
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you better have that one by now.
I didn't know if you meant the wrong one.
Okay.
I don't know.
Any questions about fixing side kick? Oh,
You can also hold their waist.
another thing people do. Watch from the side. Butt on the back of the ball. Side kick. And not over the center. Another thing they do.
Some people throw them back.
And butt on the back again. Side kick. But not over the center. When they do that, they get this triangular V thing. And we don't want that. We want a line here. Come back up. Start with, scoot the ball back. Start with the butt over the center. Proper side kick. We want boom, over the center of the ball. Going up. Another problem you get is people start with the ball too far under the bar. That aids in making them sit further back here to do the side kick. They'll be on the back side of that ball. There.
And most people wouldn't be holding that, it'd fall off.
And when you start trying to twist under, try to do your twist under in that position. Now your ball is not in the center, and your balance is going to be really goofy. Okay? So all of these things we have to think about. Where they're positioned on the ball, where the ball is positioned in relationship to the bar,
What about,
where their center is as it's going down in relationship to the bar as it make a move. Boom. And that's what you'll have to do. Come behind her and do it incorrectly. Slide down the slope for her. We'll let her see it. Yeah, a couple times. So see her sliding down that slope. So now to correct her, you're going to grab her hips and you're going to make sure her core stays over the ball. Grab her hip.
grab them, and now you control me.
But you're sitting center, are you sitting center?
Yes.
And now rotate her so her core stays over the.
No, you're pushing me forward, don't push forward. And let me do it too. You just pull their hips and you just keep them on top of the ball. So I'm going to do it as if I'm still sliding. And you're going to hold me and put the where they should be. You tell me where they're going. Actually, here.
And you're
Punching in my back. I don't know. You're grabbing something weird.
she's used to me grabbing her.
No, she's like digging her thumbs in. Yeah, there.
You still try to go too far, so that okay, so you're not stopping her there. She's still going down. When she goes to make that move, stop her course so it stays over the top of the ball. Better. You got to manhandle people's bodies to get them into the position that you want them to be in, and most people will appreciate you for it.
Good. Nice. And now other way. Yeah. Other way, my head's rolled down too far. Good. Awesome. Okay. Other thing would be if I'm full. If I'm doing that. Hold this the lunch, she throws her butt out.
Well, I would tell you first to start with your shoulder.
Well, it's not a shoulder thing, it's a butt thing. Just watch it. This other one is what Nicole kind of does sometimes, is throwing the butt out. They lead with the butt instead of the hip. It's like a...
Right.
All right, so you know how to do that.
Good. Awesome. Okay, that's side kick.
So we thought we were done, and we added like 4 or 5 more corrections to that.
Do we do in Sculpt and burn the under the part of the skin?
What other things be corrected?
This one?
No, side kick is good. We got all those.
You're definitely going to deal with it. Leg wrap.
Yeah. Leg wrap is going to be.
Just first in leg wrap, everybody's going to be lazy.
Yeah.
People don't want to fully pull their legs.
Or actually.
Yeah, they don't want to pull their legs all the way around.
That's why I kept getting on you about being lazy. You're telling me right there. You need to show them. And it's like, I literally go out, around. Look at, put your hands on your hips. It's like a hip rock, circle, hip rock, circle, hip rock, circle, hip rock, circle. Feel that? That's how I'm staying upright.
And we need a name for that press up thing.
Press up.
Leg wrap press up. Leg wrap press.
So yeah, leg reps usually either show people or around and explain that. Hip rock, front circle, hip rock back in, hip rock, front circle, hip rock back in. Because other people they're going to be going like this. They're gonna.
Actually, the ladies don't tend to use their hips on that. They tend to do it, and that's part of the floppy thing too. You got to get them to activate their hips.
Okay, Superman, this is, as you know, what everybody does. So, the way that we teach, we do knee raises first, then knee raise, just have them do this. Straight, ankle,
Knees come behind your spine.
ankle. Then from ankle, slide down. From here, the exact same thing, as if you're doing a pull-up.
And one thing I found is having them do pull-ups before they pull. That helps. They can start to feel that movement. Not too many though. Yeah.
Up, So obviously what everybody does first is, well, a lot of times going down, they lead with their butt. So instead of coming up like this, they go like that. So you show them, once people see it, then it makes more sense. So it's not lead with the butt, you're sitting up, you're angling, you're melting down. When you're coming up, most people will pull the knees in, and the butt goes out. So, it's in a way,
I'll go and put a demonstrate this part.
well, you did it. Yeah. I mean, not here, but in Hawaii you were.
No, I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to demonstrate doing it right.
What?
You know, I get all right now.
So what?
Is my butt not sticking out when I do stuff?
You're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
You're doing pretty good. Your shoulders struggle a little bit in a way they won't as they get stronger.
And as you practice a bit more, by the time you're teaching, you'll have it. So it's the same motion that when you slid down, you're just pulling up. It's arm and lower back strength. But you pull up and you keep the hips forward. And it goes. So when you come up, it's almost like a cobra, really extending them forward. Because otherwise you're going to get people go like that, and then at the last second, go up. So yeah, just going down, it's up. Have people practice that. That feeling scares people. It's good. Shit, having it. Because I have no upper body strength. When I go like that, I thought I was going to fall on my face. So you just let people feel that, see that they have it. And once you're in that position, it's easy just to slide down.
And so what do you do? People are afraid to let go.
Afraid to let go. They don't want them to let go.
I don't mean let go.
To go there.
To go out and get up. What if they're afraid to let go? Yeah.
You exactly how you're holding her,
Exactly what you're doing.
and you help them, because I did that to you. You help them, and you help them come, almost everyone. I help them come up the first time just so I can see how strong they are, make it safe, and then slowly I start to let
The
go.
more you touch, the better.
Yeah.
And you can feel what their body's doing. You can correct them and help them do it properly, and people will appreciate it because when you hold them, you're making them do it right, and then they feel where it should be. Superman. Trying to think where else people always mess up. Superman.
They often do a lot of flopping on leg raises.
Yeah. Superman too. People will go like this.
We always want to avoid the bouncing. I call it
Slow in and out.
flopping.
What do you say? The leg raises? They do
The leg raises. Side leg raises. The people, their core will move a whole lot more.
Yeah, like that. And I think that's just, I tell them, you want to keep this arm, that arm that's overhead, you keep it firm, like it's what's kind of holding you here, it's your center, but if you're not centered and you're out here, like, you're going to be able to, that's a harder move, that's a level 2.
And then when you do that, the core will be
Yeah,
like
it's like-
doing this, and going back and forth, and that should be strong, and the leg should be just out.
And most people won't move the bottom leg, they'll just go like this, or it's like a really weird, like they don't
do
get
that.
it.
We're keeping them together.
So you just have to show them a couple times, and it's like your foot is attached to your knee.
And then I still have to work on this leg gate.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's just a practice, it's from here. You just have to angle it down. Something I just have to practice. Oh, the hip rock.
Just so you know, we're about 30 minutes through our time for this hour.
Yeah, I figured it would take an hour.
Yeah, no, but this is good, and I feel like the more moves we go into, the more of this stuff is going to get revealed. So this is very good, and I don't think we should wrap this up lightly. I think we should push through into every part of every move we can find, and I'm very glad you thought of it.
Hip rock side to side, like what I showed you the other day. How people do like a full, and it's because they're wanting to feel. They're like, oh yeah, I'm stretched, I'm feeling good. And it's like, yeah, okay, but you're doing it wrong. So instead of doing this full body thing, you just tell them to stop, and you're holding your hips, and it's just a small rock in the hip. Lower legs are not doing anything, they're just hanging
How
out.
would you define the difference between those two moves? Because it's a subtle difference.
With this one, you're angling and you're bringing your legs into it. I'm physically moving my legs
Got you.
and angling, whereas this body is straight, the only thing moving is my hips.
Got you.
And I was doing it like that, I felt my legs were moving.
But you were going like,
Moving the ball.
yeah, you're trying to, it feels good, but this feels amazing as well. Because right here, I'm lifting, I'm doing the same thing. Put your hand right here. I'm lifting it. And that right there is why I can do my leg wrap. Knees. Yeah.
And the functional reason why what she's talking about is important is that's the movement you're going to use for balance, not the legs.
Yeah. It's small. And same thing, hip rock front to back. People always do like this weird, like the forward is like this weird, I don't know what, like I see it and I'm like,
Right.
what are they doing? And it's
It's
like
like
a,
this whole spine arch. It's like they're doing a crunch or something.
yeah. And so it's very easy, just hips go back, pelvis is curling under and forward.
I say tilting the
Tilting.
pelvis
Yeah,
forward,
tilt
tilting
up.
backwards,
This is what most people do.
which is bringing the whole spine
Look
into
at
it.
that, and it just needs to be the hips. So when people are doing it wrong and going like this, you hold their hips and you say, no, it's a pelvic tilt.
And I can mostly do that, a lot of men cannot.
No, men can't either, but women won't do it very, when they first get on, it's like a very like,
It's surprising how many women have trouble with the pelvic tilt, and it should be the most natural thing in the world for a woman because the spine is made for that motion, if you know what I'm saying.
missionary style, you're on the bottom, that's what you're doing. Every woman should know how to do that.
Yeah, but the first older woman I dated, I told you she had she didn't know how to move her hips at all, and I had to teach her to rock her, and she was like, oh God. And I was like, well, duh. Yeah, you got to use that.
Hip circles, you always want people to start small, give them the same floating part in the center, and slowly get bigger. And when you get bigger, it's not you're not doing a full body. You can go bigger, but still keep your heart centered. I realize right now I'm teaching better than I've ever taught.
I want to see that.
So you start small. And as you get bigger, see, my chest is moving, but it's still centered. It's not. Because then I'm totally off balance. Big. Centered. Not falling off.
Part of why it feels better to you is that you're straight teaching now.
Yeah.
You're not training right now.
I'm teaching.
You're teaching, and you're able to stay inside of each thought and convey it in a concise way. You can't do that when you're training with someone.
Yeah.
You teach them one little thing, and then you train, and then you teach them one little thing and train. So that's part of what you're dealing with. But I think you're also understanding it deeper because you're getting to go one thing
Yeah,
into the
splitting
next.
it more, so it's helping me. And
Exactly.
I think I'll be able to take more of this into my training.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's hip rock, front to back, circles, did wraps.
Plank. People are terrible.
Yeah, this one.
People are not only terrible at executing plank, they don't believe they can do it. They just literally don't believe they can do it, which makes them weaker. And I've not had one person, including Tammy, who hasn't been able to do plank. I've not had one person whose core is so weak they can't do plank.
And, well, we haven't, yeah.
What?
We haven't, I'll make her try tomorrow and then we'll see.
Who?
No names.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, if she didn't do plank, she can.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't know if Mary, all right, we started it. I don't know if I had Mary do plank, but she could have done it. She probably would have been real sore, but she could do it, and she's away.
So, you plank, you always have the knees under. Start up nice and slow, slowly lifting the legs up as you go further
And we need
under.
better verbiage than whatever I was saying, like come down slowly. She thought I meant moving slowly.
Yeah.
And so we come down in steps, come down in pieces, come
In
down in
pieces, like you're not going all the way
Easier
over,
way,
you're easing
easier
up.
way. And why
Ease your way.
and why do we do that?
So that you're preparing your core and also finding if you're on the right position.
You're gonna feel if your ball is too far forward, too far backwards.
So,
You're gonna get that ball in the right
a lot of
place.
people are gonna go like that, and then you're totally bottom heavy, like I can't even keep your legs up.
Yep.
So keep the arms straight, or belly button under the bar. Say somebody's got the ball, they're starting all the way up here. When they're easy under, you're already gonna see it. Jordan, that's
Our
trying
weight,
to do it, but
all
it's
our
not.
weight's gonna come to the front of the ball in that position.
And if they're too far under the ball or to start with, you're gonna see it for one, but in case you don't,
Arms are straight.
my forehead.
But,
I want my belly button under, not my forehead under. So I could do that. But still
but
put it down, now I'm like,
your weight is
That's what I
falling
think
back. Yeah, your weight is falling backwards there.
and so this I still haven't really found like the perfect where my ball should be. Each time I kind of readjust.
For me, perfect square center, which is the front of the ball being right under it, I'm a little bit forward of that. A little bit forward.
And then trying to keep the arms straight. And same thing that you were doing when they come up. People trying to do a whole
Sit up.
sit up. So from here they go. So one woman almost whacked her head into the bar. You whack your chest into the bar. And also it's just not. So from here, tilt the hips back and the left.
Well, the flank is gonna be like, not doing this, I should find them.
Yeah, you can't unless you turn around the other way. You know what you're doing. One thing Winona Carter, she was posting the other week, there was like an office space next to her. I don't know how big it is, or if there's mirrors or anything, but you can also just get a room, like rent an office space, buy some mirrors and some bars, you may only be able to have 2 bars in
I don't
there.
have mirrors here, why do you have mirrors?
Better thing to do. Kind of, well, I guess it doesn't really matter.
You don't have to have them, but people are always
People like-
trying to
Yeah,
see the
there.
reflection.
It is distracting. It's like,
But when I looked in that when I was working, I was always looking.
I had one girl that I trained, not on the bar, but on the ball, at home with no mirrors, and the first time she came and did it with me at Gold's Gym, the mirrors made it harder for her.
Like, I feel like I've learned without mirrors, but when we're at Crowbar, with that one day that we brought the mirror in, it allowed me to perfect it. But
Right.
I already had it in me. For beginners, probably not, but that's what I do, right? Okay, so check rock. Right.
Might as well show her the corrections on plank twist.
Okay.
I'm just here.
Like, move it down. So the hardest thing is getting up on the hip. As a joke. It's okay, just have to get it down. So, like protected with you, you just can't even move your hips. Because most people are gonna go like that.
Or they're gonna try to twist off the ball.
Is that what I do?
You started out doing that, and then you were doing the second thing, and your butt was.
So you just come and you hold their hips and you move it where it needs to be. No problem.
So you'll need to stand on whichever side you're twisting her to. Because you're not really going to have the leverage to help twist her if she's going that way. So you need to stand on the other side of her if she's twisting that way.
Stand back there.
No, this side. Now you can pull her towards you. Twist her. Yeah. And don't move, let her move you. So she can really feel. You got a man.
Same on the other side. You got it. And then yeah, the legs, it's always the top leg that flips forward. And you always want to make sure those are straight. Most people will bend the back leg.
And when they're learning, both legs come back in the center. Because if you're trying to connect that, they're going to be all over the place. Start, split, come back to the center.
Split.
Back to the center, split the other side, back to the center, split, and then you can start splitting to flow. It's just from one straight to the other.
Very cold, it's often burned, but
T-shirt. I think she should learn corrections for any movement she's learned.
so
Inverted, this is the one I had trouble figuring out.
everybody does. So it's the half pike, and then as soon as you're in half pike, and as soon as you have to put, as soon as your body starts to come out, yeah. So like from here, and then it's as soon as the tailbone drops, you switch to pushing. So the tailbone drops, you push out and come forward.
Now, very often when someone's just learning this, I don't assist from that side. I assist from this side, I let her go to half pike, and then they start to pull themselves under a little bit more, and then I'll do this from here. And then come back. And typically only once they're actually doing it will I assist from over here, because now they already know that feeling, and I'll just pull if I can tell.
Because
Like for
then
you,
they go like partial.
the challenge is figuring out where to put, where to begin pushing. That's what it's tough for people, and that's when you're gonna need to pull them, so they can feel
And
where that
it
shift.
seems to me like if you're in half pike, the second that you're here, your tailbone drops to go forward, like you want to put your legs on the bar. As soon as that happens, you have to push. So it's like you come down to half pike, and then the second you start to go further, you start pushing.
What Toba was doing was she was pushing straight up.
Straight up, yeah. We'll do as well. So it's a
Raising the bar.
up.
You can't even do it from where your ball is. Your ball's too far forward, so you're not under it. There you go. There you go. So
You were saying, you were telling me to push with my thumbs or something.
I was saying push with your thumbs because right there, the thumbs are what she's gonna use the pressure on.
Right.
This
And not like this.
coming
It's like that.
this way.
But
I'm doing that all right now.
Yeah.
So
Once you get it, you get it. It's just figuring it out. It's like, what?
I'm doing it all right. But I do it now, I'm doing it.
right.
What were you using the leg lever on those? Split switch.
So what?
When you were doing the leg lever, that was for split
Yeah, that was
switch.
just splits.
Okay, so yeah, so for splits, come stand behind me.
Oh.
From here,
Doing that last night.
right? But I said you were.
I'm still having trouble with this one. I'm not gonna teach it until I.
Yeah. But to hold my leg, like that's what I was doing for you.
So funny how, like if you're crossing over like a narrow thing, or stones, and someone just goes like that.
Yeah.
Here, let me help you.
Just like
This gives
one.
you like a finger. You can do it. That's what this one reminds me of.
That's
Just
a little
like
grounding.
that little touch.
And when you do it,
Doing it right.
exactly, when you do it, if someone's not doing it right, it won't be a little touch, and you need to use your other hand on her hip to keep her over the ball, because you were trying to flip down, upside down, so I was having to use my hand on your hip to keep you over the center, and then I was having to use my hand on your hip to keep your core from coming too far to the back of the ball when you're twisting back.
You were beginning.
So your other hand, put your other hand on it, yep, there you go. So use that hand to keep her over the center, yep, and then use that hand to stop her when she twists back, so she stays over the center of the ball. Nice. And people love that kind of guidance, so they know exactly and feel exactly where they're supposed to be, and when you stop them there, they love that kind of guidance. Did you already do knee wrap to knees?
Well, you should know by now.
I'm going to do the side kick.
Yeah, do the breakdown.
You start on your knees.
On the knees.
Don't start teaching this from the bottom up. You can have them do leg. Don't teach it from the bottom up. You can start by having them do leg wraps, but don't take them straight into knees. From there, go up to the knees and teach them how to come down.
Calibrate, get all that, and then yeah, do the little breakdown that we did for you. Full?
No.
Or just
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
So yeah, so where you're coming down, this, stand behind me. The outside leg under.
When you're doing those, the key is that you want the foot to get free. You don't want to still be sitting on your
Yeah,
foot.
so people don't lift, they go like this.
You want them to
So
come
you have
off
to
of
lift.
their foot.
So basically, we're doing side squat.
Yeah, hip stomp
Yes.
from the knees.
And then the other breakdown that we did was here. You had her go from here.
So we can go back for it?
Yeah,
Yeah, you did.
this was the good one that made you get it finally. And then come in front. So what you were doing was trying, because when you do the leg wraps, this is what you're doing. Your foot is in front, but then when you're doing leg wrap to knees, it's under the main part. So it's, you're not trying to go like that or in the knee, it's through. So the outside leg gets lifted, that comes up. Even how people do that. They're not getting it. Lift so that they're getting that feeling in their body.
And then also I'm seeing.
Remember the hip circle is not wrong. It was making it hard on you.
Yeah.
It was
Because
putting
you were going,
Yeah.
you were going too far. It was putting you out of range for leverage. So we weren't trying to keep you from doing the hips because that's wrong.
and
It was
I
making
do a hip circle. I just do a small stationary hip circle.
And it wasn't until I tried to correct you on that, and I realized that you literally could do that movement without a circle. I didn't realize you could do it without a circle. So I was teaching that, and I was like, oh yeah, it's really simple. You can just keep it nice and small. But you don't have to keep it without a circle. The question is, are you getting up? And if you're getting up, the circle can be as big as it needs to.
And that's really like practicing hip rocks and like lifting. Like lift your butt cheek off the ball. So like just this. Sit and lift your butt cheek off the ball, and that you can feel it right in here. It builds that muscle. There you go. That can be add that in.
That's extreme hip rock.
Yeah, because you're actually getting the butt cheek off. And I mean, that's the thing, like I've been doing this and my muscles are there, so I don't know, like to me that's so easy, but try it.
It's not so easy for me.
So good. So when you go home, grab a table, grab your counter, and just go like this. And so my upper body isn't moving very much.
Keep that hard under the center of the ball still.
But not the leg. Yeah. So now, okay, so it's good. See, I don't know that that's hard, because for me that's easy as pie. But if that's hard for you, you build it. You build the muscles. Do that every day. Do like 2 minutes like this, 2 minutes like this.
What's the first one?
So just the butt cheek, then add the leg. And go all the way up. So do like 2 minute intervals of each one of those sides. You'll instantly build that muscle. Remember, keeping the body as still as you can. And the body will come as the muscle grows. So if you can't do it yet, even that is still, and that's fine, you're growing that muscle. So move the body if you have to.
Are you pushing your knee a little? Your knees go down.
Yeah, because you're lifting the butt cheek totally off the ball. Yeah. Good. What else? Side kicks. Switch. And clubs. Knee raises.
Any corrections on front or back leg raises?
Yeah. So back leg raises, ball placement is the biggest thing. So you can even have people step away, center over, and then some people will bend their leg. So make sure it's straight. Try to point the knee, point the toe if you can. Likewise in the front. Keep the leg straight, then get it easier than one. So you can start with the leg bend if you want, and then tell people as they've got it straightened up. Right now my ball's too far out, so my head's not supported, that's when you straighten up the lower back.
Yeah, it should be.
Which means I need to go a little bit closer. You want it like that.
Have you ever done lateral kicks? Go down and take your foot, other foot as far out as you can, touch the floor back in. Abductors and abductors.
Lazy pigeon, foot and groin. That
Say what?
groin,
Rolling.
that hip, melt down. Most people are only going to be able to go to here. The hip, it's average, it's a stretch. So
And they don't want to relax. They don't want to relax that
Yeah.
shoulder and arm. They want to hold themselves.
So you let that arm come straight.
Let it all stretch.
And that feels amazing. Likewise, other side.
But if they're not stretching, if they're holding themselves, it doesn't look amazing.
No, it's like,
Yeah, it's like what you can tell they don't know what they're doing, and they're like, is this right? So I have to relax with all of that softness. Good.
Can you change? Yeah, that's what I like.
better.
Sure.
You can. Yeah, that can do more stretch. Calibration, you always have people start going up and down, you can do one hand, with fingertips. People are always going to go like this. Move, you're just going to fall. So that's why you do the hip rubs first. And then whatever direction you're falling in, move your hip in that direction. If you're flying that way, you move your hip that way, and it throws you back.
In college, I heard that. I just have to figure that out.
Right.
Yeah, it's easy to do. And a lot of times people will go, they'll get it, and then they'll grab. So you tell them, don't give up. Try and hold 1 second longer, 1 second longer. And you just saying that, it then gives them a challenge. So, oh, try, lean forward, kind of thing, like coach them through it. As they're falling, you tell them what to do, because they might not get it. They're just like, I'm falling backwards, what do I do? So, we'll be falling like that. So you say lean forward. So it's, you're throwing your hip in that direction, but chest in the opposite. So brings them back up. That brings you back up.
That seems very thorough. And it's 4:56.
Nice.
Body juggling is a high five sport.
Oops.
Boot check.
Show the
You
world
gotta
your
remind
language.
me.
Okay.
I'm here. So
Right.
I'll put in the, well, it's hour 15, but in the description it says correction, so you know how to find it.
Any thoughts, questions about that?
That was good. That was really good, both for me and for my future students. But that breakdown, that little, for every little thing, really good.
That felt very good.
And what did you learn about teaching?
I mean, I just learned a lot more. Once you actually have to break it down and go slower, you realize what you're doing. Like, I think through so many of the motions, I just do them and I don't know what I'm doing. So when I'm having to break it down, it's like, oh, that's what I'm doing. Oh, okay, I'm leaning this way. I'm moving my head that way. I'm lifting my butt. Like, so it allows me to teach it better because I then know what I'm doing.
Right.
And yeah, that just felt good. Like I said, I felt like I was teaching better than I ever have. Like when you have to break it down and really describe what's going on, like it becomes clearer. And when you have the right words, I feel like when I'm training somebody and I'm trying to explain it to them, I fumble for words. Like I don't know how to say it properly. Whereas that, I felt like it was coming very clearly.
Probably because you're existing in a mostly kinesthetic place and you're trying to be logical inside of that. And kinesthetic experience is not logical in nature. We do not think raise arm, move 4 degrees to the front, higher, but we don't think like that. But that's the way yoga and Pilates describes movements, and that's part of why it's such a pain to hear so many descriptions. Like, just tell me to raise my arm, man. Don't describe the plane and the angles and all that stuff. But it was fun to watch you go through that and to see that you have grokked more than you know, that you get more about it than you understand. And that's one of the reasons I love teaching, is because it reveals your lessons so clearly.
Yeah.
One of my teachers said the best way to teach anything, the best way to learn anything is to try and teach it, because you just go way deeper in the experience, because you have to be able to offer that experience to someone else. So you have to get it from a different level. So awesome. Very good work. Take a quick break, and then we'll finish with a really fun, intense, and short last hour, because I got to get to the park by 6. And we're going to get you moving again, but in ways that are fun, not rote, so I don't think you'll have any trouble with your energy. And you know that when you're done, you're done.
You're done.
You're done.
And
you can get
we
in the
need
tub and
to
soak.
take some pictures. 16 hours in.
Yes.
Pictures you need to post. I'm
Yes.
done. Certification complete. Look at my form.
Pictures of
On
me on the
Facebook
book
link.
or on the.
Yeah, and
I'll do
and
pictures.
if you're giving me a ride, we might not have time for that, so she's going to be back here again for other stuff, and then we can do more bar stuff while you're here. But I definitely want to get you into more of the authentic movement, more of the emo trance, effortless being type of stuff, because that'll help her process where she's at and growth. All right, taking a break, and then we'll be back for number last. Booyah!